Edelmetalle sind und bleiben eine wichtige Säule im Portfoliomix. Doch wie investiert man am besten in Gold, Silber und Co.? Das wollen wir hier auf dem Fondskongress klären mit Portfoliomanager Benjamin Louvet von OFI Invest Asset Management. Schön, dass wir bei Ihnen sein dürfen. Bereits seit 2012 managen Sie den Precious Metals Fund. Was ist die Grundidee des Fonds und was machen Sie dabei anders als andere?
The idea was to do something really different from what you have on the market, and the first thing was especially to be able to offer a product that will be investable by all investors, especially for people who have unit links, where you have to have specifically UCITS compliant fund. And when you look at the offer on the market regarding UCITS compliant fund, you don't have any precious metals, as far as I know, in Europe. That is UCITS compliant. EDCs are not UCITS compliant. Some are UCITS eligible, but not UCITS compliant. And the idea was to do a fund where you can be UCITS compliant, investing in precious metal. The thing is that if you want to do this, you can't invest only in gold, like some ETCs. You have to diversify. That's the basis in a UCITS fund. So we are invested right now in 4 precious metals: gold, mainly 35% of the fund, silver 20%, platinum 20%, and palladium 20%. That's the way we did quite differently of what you have on the market.
Viele Anleger investieren gern in Goldminen-Aktien, wollen dort direkt sozusagen von der Performance profitieren. Wo sehen Sie demgegenüber die Vorteile für ein Invest in Ihren Edelmetallfonds?
I think that what people miss is that in the past it was probably more interesting to invest in mining commodities because you have a kind of leverage, meaning that when the price of gold, for example, is up, you will have more than the performance of gold investing in the stock. But I think that in the coming years it could be more challenging because mining companies will have to invest a lot of capex in the future because we didn't make any major discoveries in the past 20 years in the gold sector, and that's the same in a lot of different metals. And that means that they will probably have to merge with other company to have to invest many money in order to maintain their production. And even when you look at forecasts, they say that probably the gold production will start going down in the coming years, and could be down by something like 20% to 25% in 2027, as soon as 2027. So I think that it will be more challenging for miners in the coming years, and so it's probably better to be invested directly in metals than in gold miners or metals miners.
Ihren Fonds gibt es nunmehr seit mehr als 10 Jahren. Wie hat er sich in diesem Zeitraum geschlagen und wie sieht die Akzeptanz bei den Investoren aus?
The fund was quite well accepted in the past. Now we are more than 1 billion of assets under management, close to 1.1 billion of assets under management. And people like this approach because this diversification could be of help in some times, because gold is mainly a precious metals, but other metals that we have in the portfolio, silver, platinum and palladium, are considered as precious metals, but also are more and more industrial metals, and especially industrial metals that could be of help in the energy transition. And so it's also a way to be well diversified, investing in precious metals, having some metals that are really good when you have difficult times on markets, but at the same time that could profit from new trends that we will see in the coming years.
Gold und Silber gelten als sichere Häfen, gerade in turbulenten Zeiten, in inflationären Zeiten. Genau das haben wir zuletzt gesehen. In den vergangenen 12 Monaten mit Inflationsraten von 10% und mehr haben die Edelmetalle geliefert.
Not really, if you consider what people have in mind. They think that gold is a good hedge against inflation. This is not true. Gold is not a protection against inflation. Gold reacts well to low real interest rates. Real interest rates are composed of nominal rates minus inflation. That's the reason why there is a link between gold and inflation. But you can't just look at inflation. So when you look at the price of gold, it was really good last year when inflation was up and central banks didn't change nominal rates. Then, in the middle of last year, central banks started to raise nominal rates, and so with inflation that was at its top, you saw real interest rates going higher. When real rates are going higher, the interest for gold is going down because gold has no return. So you don't have to look only at inflation, but at inflation and nominal rates at the same time. So today we think that real interest rates are probably close to the top because I think that especially the Federal Reserve, so the US Central Bank, is stuck between the rock of inflation and the hard place of debt. And so they can't raise real interest rates too high or the debt will be unbearable. So we think that we have a lot of opportunity now to invest in gold and precious metals.
Abschließend der Blick nach vorn. Welche Rolle spielen Edelmetalle mit Blick auf die Energiewende?
Yeah, you also have the interest, as I mentioned, for other metals in the energy transition. Gold is not that helpful in the energy transition right now. It is used in a lot of research and development for new technologies, especially for the next generation of solar panels. But silver is a main metal for this energy transition. Silver is the best conducive metal for electricity in the world. So it is highly used in solar panels. It is highly used in electric vehicles. To give you an example, in solar panels, in 2020, we installed a record capacity of 130 gigawatts of solar panels around the world. It consumed 12% of the worldwide silver production. 10 years from now, it was zero. And now we are close to 16% of the worldwide silver production that is consumed by solar panel industry. And that's the same in the electric vehicle industry. And when you look at other metal, platinum is really interesting for the energy transition because platinum is absolutely critical to make clean hydrogen, which is a molecule that is highly considered to be a way to store electricity in the coming years. So we use platinum to make electrolyzers to create this hydrogen, and you also have to use platinum to make what is called a fuel cell to transform hydrogen into electricity back. And so you will probably see the quantity of platinum needed for the energy transition going sharply higher from zero right now to, according to Anglo-American Platinum, the biggest platinum producer in the world, 100 tons in 2030, which is 40% of the worldwide production. So it could be really a game changer for these metals.
Also Edelmetalle haben viele Chancen in verschiedenen Ecken und Enden. Herr Louvet, ich danke Ihnen ganz herzlich für das Gespräch. Ich wünsche Ihnen hier noch eine erfolgreiche Messe.